Today I am going to discuss about how to measure inequality. There are two approaches followed for measuring income inequality. The number one approach is personal or size distribution of income, and number two is functional distribution of income or distributive factor share. Now all this about measuring inequality is for measuring the size of income. Now about the personal or size distribution of income, you write it down A. Okay, A, personal distribution. So for personal distribution, there are three methods. There are three methods of personal distribution of income. Number one is personal income. Number two is Lorenz curve. And number three is Gini coefficient. Now you must have a clear idea of personal distribution because we are going to discuss about Kuznets inverted U hypothesis. So before that we must know about the personal distribution of income. Now regarding number one, personal income deals with the personal income approach or the size of the income of a person and the total income he receives. You understand? That is what is the income of a person, what is the salary of a person, or if he is a businessman, what is the total monthly income of a person, and that also supposing he is a farmer, then what is the income of that person in 1 month or in year. So all this is personal income. Then we come to Lorenz curve. So another measure to measure income inequality is the Lorenz curve. So it is named after one American statistician, and his name is Konrad Lorenz, and he designed this curve in 1905. Now you don't have to go into the more details, but just a simple idea of the Lorenz curve. Now you see in the diagram which I have given, you see about the Lorenz curve. There is the straight line in the diagram, that is the line of equality, no? And the arc is called the Lorenz curve. So the inequality is measured by the distance between the line of equality and the Lorenz curve. You understand? The larger the gap, the larger is the inequality, and the lesser the gap, that means the less is the inequality. So for developed countries, the inequality will be less. That is, the Lorenz curve will be nearer to the line of inequality. And if it is further from the line of equality, that means there is more unequal distribution of income. So this is about the Lorenz curve. Now we come to number 3, that is the Gini coefficient. Okay. So number 3 is the Gini coefficient, and you must have a clear idea about the Gini coefficient because the Gini coefficient is important to understand the Kuznets inverted U hypothesis. Okay. So Gini coefficient is another measure of measuring inequality. So it is calculated or it is obtained or it is calculated. You understand? It is calculated by the ratio of the area between the diagonal line and Lorentz curve to the total area of half the square in which the curve lies. See, I'll be giving you the diagram. You look at the diagram and you take down whatever I have said and I have noted it down and put a tick mark and you write it down. Okay. What is the Gini coefficient? The question will be, what is the Gini coefficient? And this question often comes for 1 mark or 2 mark. What is the Gini coefficient? So, Gini coefficient is obtained by calculating the ratio of the area between the diagonal line and Lorentz curve to the total area of half the square in which the curve lies. Now, in the figure, the Gini coefficient would be the ratio of shaded area D to the total area of the triangle ABC. This ratio is also known as the Gini concentration ratio, named after the Italian statistician C. Gini, who first formulated it in 1912. Now you listen carefully that the Gini coefficient can vary between 0 to 1. So, if the Gini coefficient is 0, there is perfect equality. You understand? If the Gini coefficient is 0, then it is perfect equality. And if the Gini coefficient is 1, it means there is perfect inequality. That means everything is unequal. You understand? Everything is unequal. So, larger the Gini coefficient, greater will be the income inequality, and smaller the Gini coefficient, greater is the equality. You understand? So, Gini coefficient lies between 0 to 1. So, for countries with highly unequal income distribution, Gini coefficient lies between 0.50 and 0.70. You understand? So, while countries with equitable distribution of income, Gini coefficient lies in the range of 0.20 to 0.35. Okay. So, this is about the Gini coefficient. Now, there is another method. There are many other methods, so no need to know all such methods. Now we come to the Simon-Kuznets inverted U hypothesis. Now this is also very important because questions on Simon's inverted U hypothesis often comes. Okay. Now, Simon-Kuznets, he said that in the early stages of economic growth, that is, the economic growth goes through various stages. So, a country cannot have economic growth just in 1 year or in a span of say 5 years or 10 years. So, in the early stages of growth, he said that the distribution of income tends to be very worse or bad. And at the later stages of growth, this inequality of income improves. That means Kuznets said that economic growth is a very long process. You understand? Growth is a very long process. So you cannot say you can have growth for say India will achieve growth say in 5 years, or India will have growth in 10 years or 15 years. It's not like that, no. So growth takes a long process. It may take 50 years, it may take 100 years, it may take 150 years or 200 years. Now he said that in the early stages of growth, that means in the infant stages, when a country just starts the growth and development process, the distribution of income is worse. The distribution of income is not good, or distribution of income is bad. You understand? And at the later stages, this distribution of income tends to improve. তাৰ মানে বুজিছা নহয় যে distribution of income means কি? আয় বিতৰণ, হয়নে? আয় বিতৰণ যিটো, সেই বিতৰণটো কি হয়, প্ৰথম অৱস্থাত এই বিতৰণটো মানে খুবেই অসম হৈ থাকে, আৰু পিছৰ অৱস্থাত এই বিতৰণটো ভাল হয় বা ইমপ্ৰুভ হয়। অ'কে, so this observation can be, you can understand this by the Kuznets inverted U curve. You see in the diagram the inverted U curve. You understand? So U, you know, this is the U, okay, the letter U, English letter U. Then this U is what? You have to just invert it. তাৰ মানে কি? উলুটা U, okay, উলুটা U to উলুটাই দিয়া হৈছে in a longitudinal time series plot. Okay, so you see in the diagram, you বেছি details to ইমান নালাগে, মই যিখিনি লাগে সেইটো ডায়াগ্ৰামত দি দিছো. So on one axis is the Gini coefficient, and on the other axis, OX axis, is the gross national product per capita. Gross national product per capita. Okay, now you see Kuznets has made use of Gini coefficients shown on y-axis to draw the inverted U curve, and explains the reason why inequality is worse during the early stages of growth and then it improves. Okay, now why is this? Why is inequality, why it is that it is worse? Why is there is more inequality in the early stages of growth? Now there are reasons. There are reasons as to why there is inequality in the early stages of growth. So the first reason, or the number one reason for this phenomena is the nature of structural change. Okay, the nature of structural change. Early growth in accordance with the Lewis model. Now you'll, in the later stages, in the later portions, you'll understand about you'll get a clear idea about the Lewis model of development. But here you just listen that in the early stages of growth, according to the Lewis model, it is concentrated in the modern industrial sector where employment is limited but wages and productivity is very high. That means উন্নয়নৰ প্ৰথম স্তৰত কি হয়, উন্নয়নৰ প্ৰথম স্তৰত মানে কি হয়, নিয়োগ ব্যৱস্থাটো সীমিত হয়। নিয়োগ ব্যৱস্থা সীমিত হয়, কিন্তু মানে মজুৰি আৰু উৎপাদন খুবেই বৃদ্ধি হয়। সেইকাৰণে কি হয় যে this is one reason. So in the early stages of growth in the modern industrial sector, আধুনিক যিটো ঔদ্যোগিক খণ্ডত কি হৈছে যে এমপ্লয়মেন্ট, নিয়োগ পৰিস্থিতিটো সীমিত, কিন্তু মজুৰি আৰু উৎপাদন বৃদ্ধি হয়। high. This is one reason. Okay. Now the second reason is that the Kuznets curve could be generated by a steady process of modern sector enlargement growth as a country develops from a traditional to a modern economy.